like automobiles, are also crash tested in a variety of ways. Blown up, dropped, slammed into walls. The military has been crashing planes since the 1920s. This twin-prop antique was pushed down a long ramp and into a wall in order to pinpoint when and how it would burst into flames. High-speed cameras enabled researchers to study the fireball, which ignited exactly 3/5 of a second after impact. It wasn't until the late 1950s, when airplanes and jets became a truly popular form of travel, that the Federal Aviation Administration began to safety crash planes. One large-scale early test involved this 4-propeller Super Constellation, which the FAA smashed into a hillside in the Arizona desert in 1964. Although the FAA has yet to attempt another air-to-ground crash, it does simulate such crashes by combining data from 2 other kinds of tests. A vertical drop test, in which a fully mocked-up passenger section of a plane is dropped from 12 feet. And horizontal ground tests, in which the same kind of section is rammed into a concrete wall.
If you add those 2 vectors together, they are simulating what would occur in an aircraft that might impact the ground at, let's say, 120 knots landing. The actual forces on the body would be those 2 vectors put together.
The FAA also does a great deal of fire testing. And as part of its terrorism defense program, blows up an occasional plane. Also blowing up planes, the Department of Defense, which has been conducting vulnerability and lethality tests on its fleet since the Second World War. This entire field at the Aberdeen Proving Ground in Maryland is filled with helicopters and planes that have been or will be blown up and destroyed.
I had the 7th largest Air Force in the world at one time. We currently have on inventory here at Air Base Range 6 a variety of helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft. These aircraft have been brought here to be destroyed.
When it comes to destruction, no plane has ever been totaled in a crash test more thoroughly than this one. An F-4 Phantom sent hurtling along a 2,000-foot sled track at 480 miles per hour. The 43,000-pound plane literally dematerialized as it plowed into a 1 million-pound, 12-foot thick concrete wall, leaving behind nothing but dust and rubble. The test, commissioned by the Japanese, was designed to see if the concrete casing that houses nuclear power plants would stand up to a direct hit by a falling jet. Though the jet disintegrated, damage to the concrete wall was minor.